2023, when you decided not to pick the current minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike, as your running mate. And some people believe that might have cost you the election. Do you regret not choosing Wike as your running mate?
No, not at all. Because, you see, in 2019, when I won the ticket in Port Harcourt, and I came back here and then went straight to Abeokuta to meet my boss, President Obasanjo, and told him, Mr. President, I have got the ticket. So he asked me, he said, okay, from where is your running mate going to come from? I said, of course, it's either southeast or southwest. He said, no, leave southwest. Because I was there for 8 years. Go to southeast. I said, okay, sir. Do you have anybody in mind? He said, yes. The first person he suggested was Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. So I told him Ngozi was not a member of our party. I believe if I forward the name to the party, they will reject. I said, okay. He said, what about Soludo? I said, Soludo too was not a member of our party, so they will not accept. And I said, what about Peter Obi? I said, Peter Obi is a member of the party. He said, okay, take him. I said, okay, sir. So
that was it.
That was it. So I came back here in this very same building, very same room, and some morning meeting of the party leaders. Then I was cited by Uche Secondus and others, including Wike himself, Tambuwal. I remember there were about 7 of them. I said, look, I have been to my boss, and this is what he said. Do you have any objection? You are leaders of the party and also leaders of the governance forum. They said, no, we don't have objection. I said, okay, go and announce. Now, I came under a lot of criticism after that. They said I did not consult with the party enough. So in 2023, I threw the whole thing to the party. I said, okay, set up a committee and recommend 3 people for me to pick as running mate. And they set up a committee, and they came with a recommendation, number 1, number 2, and number 3. So I picked number 1.
Who were the other 2? Number 1, I'm guessing, was Okowa.
Yes, and the other one was Wike. I think number 2, and number 3, I don't...
No.
Yeah.
Udom,
that's right.
So you didn't pick Wike solely because he was the number 1?
He wasn't.
So you're going to run again?
I don't know, because there has to be, first of all, a viable platform, you know, and more than any other time in the political history of this country, particularly since the return of democracy, I have not seen Nigeria in dire need of, you know, an experience and credible leadership than this time. Yeah.
That the PDP is weak or opposition is weak. Do you believe that the PDP has been weakened in time?
Yes, definitely. The PDP is weak because we have a compromised leadership in the party, and there is no doubt about that.
Yeah, so that's Atiku Abubakar talking about his 2023 presidential ambition, and now he does not regret not picking Wike as his running mate. So what I want to do is I want to give some of these context, really, because there were some missing pieces we had in 2023 or 2024 after the election was over. And Wike and Dino Melaye had some fallout. And Dino Melaye said a lot of things about Wike, about him being a drunk and all of those. And Wike came out and said he sponsored Melaye. So I took a snapshot of some of the things that Dino Melaye said. I want to use that to give these some of the things that Atiku said context. If you're meeting these for the first time, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you've not subscribed yet and you're following us, please do so. And I will catch you up on the other side of the tape.
Wike wanted to be vice presidential candidate to Atiku. Wike called me 19 times in 2 hours when Atiku was going to mention his vice presidential candidate, lobbying me with everything possible to influence Atiku to announce him as the vice president. I have witnesses. I even gave the phone to Senator Abdul Nengi, who spoke with him. He also lobbied him. I gave the phone to Senator Zamire. He also spoke to Senator Zamire. His people were calling me back to back, back to back. In fact, he got to the airport. He was in the airport for hours, just waiting for my call to say, Atiku have agreed for you to be the vice presidential candidate. At about 1 o'clock, I called him and I said, my brother, it no go happen, no. That was when he got annoyed. And I am not Atiku Abubakar. I cannot choose a vice presidential candidate for Atiku Abubakar.
But did you have that discussion with Atiku Abubakar while Nyesom Wike was trying to get you to influence his choice?
No responsible, reasonable Nigerian who is not under the influence of alcohol like Wike will suggest Wike as vice president. One day he will just be sitting down. Atiku will just come out with blood in his head as president.
Why not? I mean, having been minister, he was Minister of Education, he's governor.
That is not the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And even as governor, you can see. Every Nigerian can see. Is his attitude gubernatorial?
But don't you think the whole Wike scenario and situation actually cost the PDP the presidency at the end of the day?
No, I disagree. It is actually Wike's attitude and character that cost the PDP the presidency.
Yeah, so there you have it. I wanted to play this tape because I felt it would give you context, because then you can put one and one together or two and two together to make it four. When you think about what happened after the 2023 election and the opposition and how Wike sort of more or less sold Nigeria to Tinubu for the price of a minister of FCT. Okay, so, and he's still with Tinubu, as you very well know. Now, so to go back to Atiku, and the things Atiku said over and over again. My biggest point in going back to Atiku and what Atiku said, not regretting having Wike as his running mate, is that the things that we've seen that Wike has exhibited, some of the things that we've seen that Wike has exhibited as a governor, as a as the FCT Minister, and his combative nature and destructive nature, the things that Wike carries about him. Now, in this tape, Atiku did not say that, oh, he didn't choose Wike because he was afraid of the Wike, or he felt Wike was too damaged as a product to use as a vice president. It just said that he was number 2 on the list, and he chose number 1, who obviously was Ifeanyi Okowa. Remember, neither Wike nor Ifeanyi Okowa were on the list initially when he first spoke to Obasanjo. He had Ngozi Iweala, he had Soludo, who's now a governor, and then obviously Peter Obi. And then obviously, remember, Peter Obi had actually defected and left the PDP and went to Labour Party. So you were now left with the same number of people, Wike, Okowa, and Udom as well, those 3 people. And Atiku said he chose a calmer person, because obviously everyone knows that Ifeanyi Okowa is a bit more calmer than, calmer than Wike. Wike is quite combative and thug in his attitude and the way he runs things. But certain things that Wike, what's his name again? Certain thing that Melaye said, no sane person would want to have Wike as a vice president. Imagine Wike is your vice president. Imagine Wike grows to become the president of Nigeria. Imagine Wike become the one who governs Nigeria with the amount of corruption that encircles him. The court is now under his whims. The court is now under his control. He's been bribing the court for so long, so now they're all compromised. No wonder Atiku said that there has to be a viable platform for him to run, because as he knows, and the PDP is now compromised, and you know who's compromising the PDP. We know it's Wike. So we just have to say it out. There's no need trying to play around the gallery. Wike is the compromised one, and he's done everything to destroy the PDP. I'm not going to say anything about that destruction, because PDP helped destroy Nigeria, so they can all be destroyed for whatever they want, the party, I mean. But I'm just analyzing this, and I'm just breaking this down for each and every one of us to have a look at this, give it a deeper look and see exactly what is literally going on within Nigeria. And as you can see, that As it stands right now, everyone is being very careful of Wike. Even Tinubu, the current president, whom INEC selected for Nigerians, is actually very careful of him. Gives him, I mean, report says that he very rarely sees him anyway. Gives him arm's length. Just gives him, you just go and do your rubbish. I'll leave you alone. You help me win the presidency. So I'll give you alone, because they know they need to keep him under control for 2024. So for 2027. So for all of those people calling Tinubu to distance himself and let Wike go, I'm telling you, just wasting your time, because Tinubu needs his destruction in Rivers State for him to also win 2027 election. They know that Edo State is shaky. So, but they need that strong hand that they feel that Wike has, so that they can use that to win 2027 election. So as you're watching all of this and you've seen all of this play out, the one thing you want to put at the back of your mind is the fact that we cannot afford, and now this is the reason why I'm even working on this. I'm doing this video as well. This video is that when we've seen the caliber of people that are ruling our nation, we cannot afford to repeat that same mistake we made in 2023. We cannot afford to make that same mistake. That's why we're all canvassing at the moment to make sure that we don't repeat the same mistake we did that happened in 2023. All right, where we kept quiet and let them just rig the election. They will do exactly the same thing. And as you see, you already know in this tape, I only just took the part where Atiku talked about not choosing Wike. But in the original tape where I got the extra from, it talked about how corrupt the Senate leadership is. And this is what we need to do. We need to make sure that in 2027, for all the different constituency, wherever the senators are coming from their local constituency, wherever local government, how many local government that makes up those constituency, make sure those people that are making up the Senate leadership, especially, want to make sure they don't come back. The likes of Michael Bamidele Okpeyemi, the likes of Senator Akpabio, the chief whips, name them. And even to the people in Edo State, Neda Imaswen must not come back. These are all the corrupt entities that we have in our system. Okay? And obviously, we have to do everything we have. Nigerians come out en masse to make sure that Tinubu does not win the 2027 election. They will try to disenfranchise us, but we have to come out, we have to campaign hard, but yes, we're still looking at the candidates who they will be, but we have to campaign so hard to make sure that this man who is currently ruling Nigeria, who we didn't vote for, who stole the election through INEC and through the court, doesn't return back. Anyway, the long and short of this old tape today is the fact that Atiku is saying he doesn't regret not picking Wike as his running mate. And for obvious reasons, as we can all see, you can see the destruction happening in the FCT. People's houses knocked down. You don't build, if you want to knock down people's houses, you have to build something for them first of all, and then knock down their houses. You have to notify them well enough, a year, 2 years notification. But you knock down the houses and give the land to your friends. The destruction of Wike, everything that Wike has done, in my opinion, in my analysis of what Wike has become, Wike has, during his ascent to the ascension of Wike to where he is at the moment, he's climbed on people's back and destroyed everything that he climbed on to get to where he's gotten to. And it's exactly what he wants to do to get to the presidency. That's why Tinubu keeps him at arm's length, but he needs him as a useful idiot for 2027. After 2027, Tinubu will dump him the same way he did El-Rufai. Do you understand? You see where this is all playing and where it's going to. So like I said earlier, if you've not subscribed, please do so. If you've been following us, if you're meeting this content for the first time, please like, share, and subscribe. We need to completely keep calling these guys out. This is Atiku speaking. Atiku was once part of the PDP people that ruined our nation, because if Atiku and Obasanjo, PDP, when they had the reign over Nigeria for 16 years, if they had done the right thing, fixed our police, fixed our military, fixed corruption, make sure the judiciary is, is independent, and the judiciary at work, we would not have the likes of Tinubu. They didn't do this work that they went to. They felt they were demigods, that their hands were always going to be on the necks of Nigerians as they were the leaders at the time, until power shifted. We have to do exactly the same thing, but we cannot give APC 16 years. APC did a lot of ruins in Nigeria more than in 8 years than what PDP did. And then Tinubu came in 2 years, surpassed whatever Buhari did and destroyed Nigeria. So we cannot give them another 4 years. It takes a long time to come back from a 6 months destruction, let alone a 10-year destruction that has met us as Nigerians by the hands of APC. Okay, so as always, like, share, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video. God bless you. Bye-bye.